Hey YouTube, Nick here with Nick's Homestead and Farms, and today we are in the ducks pen, and I figured I would kind of go over some things as how I handle the ducks every day, what I do for the ducks. And as you see, all the ducks are out over there chilling, having a good time. We do have the teeny duck right here placed inside of her kennel. It does feel kind of nice out, so we figured we would let her go ahead and stay out today. I have went ahead and changed her water. And this is going to go ahead and start the video off, guys. We're going to talk about the ducks and how messy they are. And they are quite noisy. That one right there in the little kennel, that is Teeny. The ones running up to us, that is going to be Tommy. The biggest one on the very far left, that's going to be Blizzard, Papa Drake, Brownie, and then the newest addition to all the little babies right there. But let's get into it, guys. The ducks are very messy. Before we had 13 ducks, we only had 5. We have 13 now. They get very messy. This is just their entire pen. This was dry about a week ago before we brought all 13 home. This is what it looks like now. As far as feed goes, we go through a good bit of feed, and I will show you they actually have broken one of their feeders right here, just trying to get to some feed. And I just refilled this one here yesterday, and it's already halfway gone. So that is with 13 ducks, 5 of them being fully grown adults and 7 of them being adolescent ducks. This is what I did construct for their outdoor feed area. I put a tarp over a small table that I made with some scrap wood laying around, and just, shoved all their feeders up under there. That way they would not get wet and the food wouldn't get, ruined from the rain, etc., etc. We do have a dog box over here that they will go in, and if I'm not mistaken, I already see an egg. Yeah, look at that, guys. Several eggs right here. We got 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs, 4 eggs. And this is another thing with ducks, guys. Whenever you do have their little laying boxes or whatever they go into, they will basically go into anything. You can use an old dog house like this. I used to have an old igloo one, and that will literally just make a laying/nesting area wherever. You will have to dig around a little bit just to make sure there's no other eggs. But once one of them finds a good nesting area, they're all going to go to that nesting area. And as you see, we have 4 little eggies. All right, anyway, back to what I was saying. As far as your ducks' feed goes, you need to have them a good area like I have. If you're going to keep them outside in a pen or open free range pen, that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I do have these barrels right here. I got this for about $4 at Lowe's, and that was about $9. Because if you look on the side, that's the company who made it, and they're pretty high. Now, as far as your feed goes, guys, I want to explain something about ducks. And I'll even show you guys what I'm feeding them right now. You don't have to feed them some crazy expensive feed. It's not necessary. This is Dumore All-Flock, because I have a mixture of Muscovies. I have a mixture of chickens we're going to have coming in soon. And then I have the crumbles for the babies put up in that one. But this only cost me about $24 for a 50-pound bag of Dumore. You don't have to go and buy expensive brands like... I understand that Purina makes Dumore, don't get me wrong. However, it's the same product, made by the same company. And Dumore is $2 higher for 10 pounds more. And if you actually look at what you're paying for Purina, you're getting 10 pounds less. So why not go ahead and pay like $1 or $2 more and get more feed? I filled this bucket up yesterday. Have not had to put any feed in the feed barrels or feed containers at all, excuse me. I still have half a bag of All-Flock feed. Now, that is halfway finished, but they also have their crumble feed right there they're eating. So all in all, guys, with 5 ducks to 6 ducks, what we originally had, I think we were spending roughly $50 a month on feed. Because I was going through about a 40 to 50 pound bag every 2 weeks. Now I'm going through a 40 to 50 pound bag every week with 13 ducks. Plus, they're all mostly adolescents, and some of them are finally getting to be teenagers. So that's good. So now that we're over the feed, guys, we've already discussed the water. I cleaned these waterers, like I said, and refilled them not even 3 hours ago, and this is the state of their water. This is what they like to do to their water. They like to make it messy. They want their pools to be nasty. They want their drinking water to be nasty. Ducks are very nasty creatures, but we love them. It's just like your toxic ex that you just can't get rid of. As much as you want to, you just can't because you love them. So with that out the way, guys, do be prepared to at least refill and clean their waterers twice a day. Now, as far as housing goes, guys, as I already mentioned, I used to use some barrels. That's an old dog barrel we used to have. And then I have that other dog house right there. Ducks are very precarious creatures, and what I mean is that they're either going to go up in that dog house and they're going to stay out the elements, or they're not, and they're just going to, lay on the ground right here, or sleep in their pool, or just whatever ducks feel like doing. They're going to do what they feel like doing. They're not just going to specifically go up into a duck house or, whatever you may have if you've built them one, which is cool if you have, nothing against that. Just remember that even in doing so, they're more than likely going to still choose to sleep outside, especially if you do free-range ducks like we do. Now, as I was saying, guys, earlier, I've already gotten these eggs. You can sell duck eggs for around anywhere between $3 to about $6 for a 6-count duck eggs. And then for a full dozen, I think these things go anywhere between $8 to about $12 for, just check your local markets, check, whatever you may have. And another thing I would like to mention, you can have ducks, chickens, and, turkey, stuff like that together. Just remember to have about an equal amount, because otherwise you're going to have issues with the drakes wanting to try to mate with the female chickens, and the anatomy is not the same. Ducks and chickens don't have the same anatomy, so it's not going to be a good thing. Now, for those of you who are thinking about just getting into ducks as, just a small hobby or just a little, farm thing just for some eggs, that's great. I just have one request for anyone who watches this video. Please do not just go buy ducks. Understand that they are messy, as I have showed you and explained. And don't just domesticate a duck and release that duck into the wild. You will kill that animal. That animal will not survive. If you do not want that animal after owning it for a little while, there are certain groups on Facebook, there are groups that you can join on Twitter, what have you not, where you can exchange that animal to someone that will take care of it. Please do not buy an animal that you underestimated how messy or how much they may cost. Just don't be one of those people, is all I ask. Otherwise, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that it was a little bit informative, and I hope that I was able to at least show you a little bit of what I deal with on a day-to-day basis with my ducks. And after all, welcome to the homestead. If you're not already, please subscribe, leave me a like and comment. It would mean a lot. And thank you guys for watching.